Hello everyone, great to be with you on Thursday morning. So we are going to dive in and make this absolutely adorable little card. This I did with the Check You Out stamp set. When I saw this in the catalog, it reminded me of, I don't know, like when I first joined Stampin' Up, we didn't do as much coloring, we didn't do as much blending, you know, that kind of thing. We did a lot of stamping. And so this reminded me of that because you just use the stamp set. And I really enjoyed playing with this morning. So I used the rectangle stitched framelits and I layered them. These are the three that I used right here. And they nest within each other, which is very, very nice. Unlike the nested labels where you go back and forth with those to nest those, these here I just nested right out of the pile. Okay, right there, right out of that pile of framelits. Or I'm just going to start to call them dies. You know, we don't have framelits, we don't have thinlits, we just have dies now. We only have photopolymer and red rubber, which is then the clear, and they come in the cling. So there's a lot of new stuff that, you know, that through the past few months has come up. And I'm going to talk to you guys about something in just a second. So that's how I got those three out of here. But so I was designing this card, and you know, being that we are all demonstrators, I talk to you guys a little bit differently than when I get on my YouTube channel and do a video for customers. So I realized that I couldn't get it right on how to run the Subtles embossing folder through my Big Shot, because now we have three different ways that we're embossing. Okay, the old ones, which, you know, if you order these now, they come in the new ones that are the 3D embossing folders. This was a dynamic embossing folder. Now I have the 3D embossing folder and then the regular embossing folder. And with the 3D, I did purchase that plate. Let me get that plate. So let me just get this here. Let me get this whole thing going on here. Okay, so here I go to emboss. Right now, if I wanted to use the button one, I have to use, well, I use the Big Shot platform, a clear plate, then this embossing folder, okay, the button one, or one that's thin like that, and then a plate on top. All right, that's one way. Then I go to use the dynamic embossing folder, or no, yes, let's just go to the dynamic. The dynamic embossing folder. Okay, which now I know when I have the Sizzix thing up here, this is the way I have to do it. So I have my platform, my embossing folder, and one plate. Okay, there's the sandwich for that. Then I go to use the 3D embossing folder, and I've got the Big Shot platform, the 3D embossing folder. This is the Seaside Waves, and we know this by, this says Stampin' Up! Made in China. I wish it was made in the United States. And then I bring in the blue plate. Now, okay, let's just say it. It's too much, okay? When you're looking at a customer base and you're looking at selling product, you know, and this and that, Stampin' Up! Has gone through a lot of changes here in the past 6 months. And, you know, I don't really know how people are taking to all of this on the customer end. I know on my end, my sales have never been worse. But I have more Paper Pumpkin customers signing up where they're just getting a kit. You know, I don't know if it's just that it's July and everybody's on vacation and nobody's really going into the craft room, which I can totally understand that because, you know, I even had to change my live on Sundays to 8 p.m. because, you know, my family and I want to be in the pool. We want to, you know, be out doing things. My grandson always has something going on. And then I've got the new baby and they live an hour away. You know, I mean, life does, you have to rotate around life. So, you know, I mean, and I don't know, I'm hoping with the holiday catalog that things will definitely pick up. And then we have that demonstrator special going on, where then everybody could save the 20%. So maybe something would happen with that. And then the bonus days that we've got right now going on, where you order in July and then you get a coupon code for selling in August. I don't see people picking up on that on the customer side of this entire business, and I've heard from other demonstrators that it hasn't been good on their end either. So just to pass that on to you, this is why too that there's no way that I would quit my job and think that I could ever do this full time really for myself, because I live by myself, that I could really do this, full time and really be able to pay the bills around here. So, which again is why I just supplement and possibly, whenever I get older, just become a hobby demonstrator like I know a lot of you are, which is fantastic. You get the discount, you get in on the pre-orders. If you just like to play in your craft room and you don't want to make a little business out of it like I do, I think that's fantastic. It's because it's good product, but there's been a lot of changes, and sometimes change is really good, and I always believe that change is good, but there's sometimes I believe that too much change in a short period of time is not good. I guess that's what I'm trying to convey this morning. Too much change in a short period of time sometimes doesn't work out. It will work its way out on down the road, but for the immediate, I don't think that a lot, because we retired the cutter, and then there's the issue with the blades. We won't even go into that. And then there's no Big Shot, so... even though the prices are a little higher, a lot of times people are like, well, I'll just become a demonstrator. I'll save my 20% and I'll order the larger items, and then it just gets shipped to my house. I don't have to go out and shop. And especially in the winter when, a lot of people are sick, I really like to shop online because I don't like to be out where, we have rampant flu all over the place. I'm like, I'll just get it delivered. So, needless to say, just talking to you guys about stuff like that. But let's go ahead and dive in and make this card. Look how cute those little inchworms are. Aren't they adorable? Absolutely cute. So my base is 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. So it will open like this. I used the purple posy. I can't wait till that stamp pad comes in. I've got the blends and I've got the paper. I need to get the markers, but it's a very, very pretty lavender. It's a very light purple, just very pretty. So I did that with the Subtles embossing folder, and then I nested my 3 rectangular stitched framelits, and then I kind of just turned this a little bit. It's a simple card to make. And my little heart in Pool Party right there. I got my colors from the Color Coach. That's what goes with Purple Posy, is Soft Seafoam and Pool Party. So I use my Color Coach for that. Love to do that. So let's go ahead and put this together. The Purple Posy is cut at 5 1/4 by 4 and run through the Subtles embossing folder. Because it's embossed, we'll use some liquid glue. Just like that. Making sure I get it to the edges and up in those corners. And then we're going to, I always check to make sure I've got this opening the right way, because let me tell you how many times, well, it wouldn't really matter on this because it's, a solid color. But yeah, I make sure that I do that with everything, because if I do have pattern, I can't tell you how many times I've put it on upside down. So we're just going to do that right there. And I'm going to set this aside and let that just kind of set up. Now, I used Smoky Slate because that's also on that. Let me get that Color Coach. So here's the Purple Posy right here. So it says Purple Posy, Pool Party, Smoky Slate, Soft Seafoam. Okay, that's how I got those colors right there. I use my Color Coach constantly on all my colors. I'm not very good with color. So we're going to go ahead, and I got this out of the In Colors collection of paper. Love this because it's two-sided. That side or this side. Of course, I love the gingham check. And this is the 2019-2021 In Color Designer Series paper, already cut into 6 by 6 sheets. So that's nice. So I'm just going to take my snail and I'm going to put this on my smoky slate. Oh, let me tell you guys this too. I had a problem. I had ordered a lot of snail, and I somehow, like, this was like rolling, but it was disconnecting from the tape. And I had 3 in a row do that. I called Stampin' Up. I told them about it, and they sent me 3 refills, no problem. They said just throw it away. So if that happens to your snail, just call them. They will replace it. Let me bring in the little white, and this is just regular Whisper White. And we're going to do our stamping. And that's what I just love about this set, is that it is stamping. You know, so you just make your little element here any way you want. So I'm going to use just a little note. And if you guys remember when you were customers of mine, when I would send out, like, checking on your order, I always wait a week and then I send another email. I would always put, like, just a little note, checking on your order. And when I saw that, I was like, oh my goodness, that is for me. So now I'm going to take my little inchworm. He is just sweet. I'm going to do a lot with this. I love the little inchworm. And I'm going to put 2 of them on this page. And we're in the soft sea foam. I'm just going to graduate them like that. They're so sweet. Okay, now I'm going to take my heart in Pool Party. And I'm just going to do a little cascade of hearts coming down through here. And nothing is like stamped off. Everything is right on that element. Now I'm going to attach this to what we just made. I'm going to bring that base in of the smoky slate and then the DSP. And I'm going to line this up. And what I love about this DSP is that I do line it up with the squares so that things are straight. That helps me. Just like that. Now I'm going to turn this over and we're going to use some dimensionals. And I wanted to use these corners right here. So I cut off a bunch of those. Remember, you could always use all parts of your dimensionals. The entire sheet. Like that. And then, you know, you could cut these up if you wanted to, but I'm just going to bring these in and add some regular size dimensionals. So I really wanted this, you know, or you could do like the strips. Like these strips right here, you could do 3 large strips, something like that. But I had a bunch of these edges and I thought, let me just use them up. So using every bit of those dimensionals is a cost saver. Take this off real quick. Such pretty colors. And like I say, I rely on that Color Coach a lot, guys. Even with my house, I'm not good with color. I'm just not. It's just not my, you know, some people can look at something and be like, oh yeah, this and that. I can't. I need a little help. Okay, right here, we're going to go ahead and do this a little sideways. Isn't that cute? Just to give it a little pizzazz, okay? And then we're going to add 3 rhinestones at the top. Right here, and it doesn't matter, you know, where you add these. You could cascade them down. I just decided to do a straight line. You know, we have a lot of embellishments. I constantly go to my rhinestones. I think it's like, oh, okay, just a little bit of something adds, but I constantly use these rhinestones. I love them. This one could be spaced out just a hair more. Okay, just there. Good. Now I'm going to open it up, and we're going to do the inside of our card. And I'm going to take this in soft sea foam, this like library card. I took that in soft sea foam and put that right there in the center. The best, oh, I got a little yucky. I'm not going to go back over that. We'll just keep going. But that's not good. I could have added just a little bit more pressure there. I'm going to take my thank you and I'm going to put it on the second line. And I even thought that if I wrote in here happy crafting, that would look really cute. Like happy on the top and crafting on the bottom. I thought that would look real cute. And then just some hearts. kind of cascading down. And then, let's see, where did I put the envelope? We're just going to do a couple of hearts on there, very simple. And we are done with our card today. There we go. Let's see. I'll fix that. I'll put a little bit of ink on there and then go over it. But when I can get on right over top of it with that photopolymer. But isn't that sweet? Look at these little inchworms. So sweet. And I love it. I love to just use the stamp set and stamp and make something without bringing in some blends or pencils or anything to color with. So this is our card for today. Thanks again for being on my team. Look for another video next Thursday, and of course on my YouTube channel throughout the weekend. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Happy crafting.